Hey guys, it's Alex with DolfansNYC, ready to get you prepared for Week 14 of the NFL season. There were no glaringly bad recommendations last week, but I do need to apologize for one thing.
I'm sorry, so sorry.
I'd like to apologize for not posting this in time for the Browns-Steelers game on Thursday night. Though as I'm sure most of you know, when Pittsburgh plays Cleveland, you play your Steelers and you bench your Browns.
I'm sorry, so sorry that I was such a fool.
Put me in cold. I'm ready to play.
Jamal Charles and Kansas City Chiefs play the Buffalo Bills this week, who have given up a rushing touchdown in 6 of the last 7 weeks. Yes, Charles is definitely in charge this week.
Charles in charge of our days and our nights.
I mentioned Kenny Britt as a sleeper last week, and he scored a touchdown for the 3rd straight game. Against the Rams this week, he's a very high upside number 2 wide receiver, especially if your league counts kickoff yards. Jason Campbell has very quietly been a top 10 quarterback over the last 5 weeks. If you need a spot starter, he could do very well against the Raiders. As the Arizona Cardinals showed last week, Brett Favre is not a machine, he's a man. The Cincinnati Bengals have 9 interceptions over the last 6 weeks and haven't allowed a quarterback to throw for over 200 yards since Week 7. If you have better options, bench Brett Favre this week. The Dallas Cowboys haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher in 7 weeks and haven't allowed a rushing touchdown in their last 6. LaDainian Tomlinson can only be considered a low-end number 2 running back this week. Chris Chambers had only 11 receiving yards last week, and this week faces the Buffalo Bills, who have given up the 2nd fewest points to wide receivers. With Dwayne Bowe due back next week, Chambers should not only be benched, but probably cut. Coming off a 10-catch, 117-yard performance last week, Devon Best should be started in all PPR leagues and should be considered a number 3 wide receiver in every league. With Steve Slayton out for the rest of the season, both Chris Brown and Ryan Moats should be owned in all leagues with an easy schedule the rest of the way. Jermarco Finley has 17 catches over the last 3 weeks and had 2 touchdowns last week against the Ravens. He's a definite number 1 tight end, and in some deeper leagues, he could even be considered as a flex option. Now let's get to some email. Hey Alex, keep up the good work. Thank you. I have 2 questions for you this week. 1, why did Miami abandon the Wildcat? Can't Ricky run it as well? Does this make Chad Henne more attractive? Well, I can't answer why Miami abandoned the Wildcat, and I definitely think Ricky can handle it. Pat White, on the other hand, has definitely been a problem. As far as the other question, Chad Henne is definitely looking good. Last week he had over 300 yards passing against the Patriots, and facing the Jaguars this week might be a little tough, but the Titans next week give up the most fantasy points to wide receivers. Definitely pick them up and stash them if you have a bench spot. Question number 2. Any concerns about Ray Rice going forward with the re-emergence of McGahee at the goal line? Absolutely none. Ray Rice is a top 5 running back the rest of the way and should be started in every league regardless of who he's playing against. Thanks for your help. Kyle in Hawaii. Hope I helped you, Kyle. That's it for this week, guys. Remember to check out DolfansNYC@gmail.com for all of your latest Dolphins news, and email us a question at DolfansNYC@gmail.com to get answered on the air. We've got a big game against the Jaguars this week that could go a long way to determine the wildcard position. Stop by at 3rd and Long on 35th Street and 3rd Avenue if you're in the New York City area. Go Dolphins!